So personally, I vote that we kick him out of the group. Like this is not acceptable.
Well, yeah, and then we poison his cat's food.
I'm actually not sure. The testimonies of those kids were very dubious in court. They seem like they were paid.
Yeah, those kids are shilling for big pedophilia.
And Monsanto for some reason.
Well, obviously for Monsanto, like.
Pedophilia
Monsanto almost has Satan in its name, so it's satanic. See the connection? Do your research.
Oh man, those idiots at Bayer, why the fuck did they do that? Honestly, I already saw this situation coming. It's incredible.
Well, that's what you get for naming your company Bayer. Like then you just force yourself to buy everything.
You realize that Bayer.
I know I named it. I was making a joke, you German fuck.
I don't see any German fucks around.
Yeah,
here.
you pedantic prick. He hasn't hired a prostitute in weeks.
Wait. They're supposed to be getting paid?
Well, normally they would get paid, but like they don't really need money once they're under the floorboards.
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
A true gentleman would have paid.
No. For a true gentleman, the act of sex is enough. The pleasure you give them is payment enough. This is taking a weird turn. Right. So, speaking of research, this guy is a thing. So we don't know where the fuck Rhetoric&Discourse is. He was supposed to be here.
Well, like I already said, I think that he is spending a cozy afternoon with / in his wife.
Or possibly, like, it probably involves pussy. You can decide whether or not that's whether or not I'm talking about his cats. So, yeah. So it's just me, Smelly, and Geo so far. But I'm sure we will make this work. So we have this fun guy called Joshua Michael, who has a personal website called
JM Truth, y'all.
Which is apparently supposed to be like spelled in all caps and with an underscore.
Let's just say that this is not his only case of weird spelling of something on his website.
Yeah. Nice hat, though.
Maybe. I'm not really into hats.
Let's read, shall we?
Yeah, I'll start.
Me.
My name is Joshua Michael, and I'm an independent physicist and research scientist based out of Hamilton, Montana. Welcome to my JM_caps lock truth website. This website, https://www.jmtruth.com, has been built.
In case you weren't sure what website you were on.
Yeah, again, has been built up to present truths through scientific experiment and research regarding many different topics, from the cosmology of our Earth to healthy living. On this page, I will do my best to cite all my sources as well as make documents available for download. I have also tried to the best of my ability to place pages in a sequence that makes the most logical sense according to the evidence that I have presented. Sometimes we must unlearn what we have learned to find truth. A wise man once said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free."
And everyone asked this man, "Wait, why are you shouting some of the words?"
Well, and the answer is because, first of all, I'm German, and second of all, it's in all caps.
No. For fuck's sake.
Okay, so this guy's claiming that he's a physicist and a research scientist.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I sometimes claim to be Napoleon. Like,
Yeah, but then you get your fucking medicine house called Ritalin, and then you're normal again.
oh no, then I wake up and I stop streaming.
Yeah, okay. And I'm out of booze. Great.
It's not possible in Germany.
I had this bottle of egg liquor, and it's empty now. Okay. Should I continue or?
Well, let me read. My education. I hate posting my education here, but in this arena, there are scientists who will throw theirs around in the public, and I want to be just like them. As a result, I decided I wanted my viewers to, okay, it's readers when it's people reading your website, not viewers, to know as much about me as possible. I'm not sure I like where this is going. I may not have gone to the most prestigious schools, but I accomplished what I set out to do. So there you go. Well, thank you.
Real quick.
Hmm?
He got a bachelor's. He got a bachelor's of arts from the
Well,
Evergreen
we'll
State
get to that.
College,
We'll
which
get
I
to
think
that.
is. It's the other one that's hilarious. Keep going.
Well, it's your turn to read.
Oh, it is. Wonderful. I would like to give you a bit of background on myself, so that you have an opportunity to see that I am not just some crazy guy who woke up one day and decided the Earth was flat. Why all the commas? You don't need them. I mean, just let it be a run-on sentence, man. I am hoping you might see that I have applied both intellect and scientific reasoning to the flat Earth.
Oh dear.
Alrighty then.
I am a veteran of the United States Army. During my 12 years while I served as a combat medic, I earned my EMT National Registry and was deployed to both Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Great name.
9/11, right before being deployed, I began to notice things no longer made sense. After being honorably discharged in 2005. Wait, the last sentence is like super weird. There's like
Yeah, I like.
Like this is a side sentence. That's the main sentence.
Yeah, it very much sounds like he's edited this multiple times and that just got left in there.
Yeah, that looks like a re-editing artifact. That's true.
I went back to school in 2009. I earned acceptance to both the Dean's List and the President's List. I'm not sure what that is. And were accepted into the Phi Beta Kappa in... What did you say?
Oh, the Dean's List and the President's List are academic, acknowledgements. Dean's List is like the list of the most the best students on campus or the most academically inclined, etc., etc.
And he was in some fraternity.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really say anything.
No. In 2012, I earned my Bachelor's of Arts degree in film production, which makes
what would he fucking do? Way to go to become a scientist.
Yeah. Fuck it. This is one whole thing. Sorry.
Yo, there's another diploma that he doesn't display on there that I found on Google.
Wait a second, we're coming to that one later.
So, Smelly, your turn.
Oh, so it actually is on here. Alrighty, where are we at? I don't see it. Oh, there we go. One area of emphasis was in film and video editing and analysis, as well as graphic design. Yep.
Yeah, graphic design.
True.
Look at this
also
wonderful website. You did such a great job with the design of it.
Oh yeah.
Very smooth.
And look at that that Area 51 Productions promotion piece.
Yeah.
Nice
red font that
stock
is
video.
completely unreadable.
Yeah, over a Dutch angle of a stock photo. Nice. Good job. It's beautiful. So I'm well versed in determining the difference between a real photo and a photorealistic picture or computer generated images, as well as video effects. Wait, what did I skip?
I also own my own film company. I also owned my own film company at the time.
Oh, yes. Yes, I am sorry I missed that. I also own my own film production company at the time, so I'm well versed in determining the difference between a real photo and a photorealistic picture or computer-generated image, as well as video and special effects.
Take a look into the side chat. Crypto457 just wrote, James' website is so great. Is that early 2005 look? Yeah, before Web 2.0 became a thing, you know?
But anyway, where were we at?
In 2013.
Yeah. In 2013, my wife and I moved our children to Texas.
Oh, God, he procreated.
And he came to Texas. Jackie and I spent almost 4 years learning and researching many different things. In December of 2015, I graduated with my Master's of Science in Instructional Design and Technology.
Okay, so stop. First of all, he claimed before that he's a physicist and a researcher.
Yeah.
How exactly does a Master of Science in Instructional Design, if that's even a thing, make you a physicist?
That was my next question.
I honestly don't know what this called. Like, I'm sure it is it might be an actual degree, like, legitimate thing, but I'm not sure what it actually covers. But I'm fairly certain it doesn't cover actual research.
Yeah, what the hell is instructional design?
Well, I'm guessing it's designing the instructional things, like how to design something to instruct people so that it instructs them in these, it's easy to understand.
So I have to ask that question again. What the fuck is instructional design?
There, read.
Okay, practice for systematically designing, developing, and delivering instructional products and experiences, both digital and physical, in a consistent and reliable fashion towards an efficient, effective, appealing, engaging, and inspiring acquisition of knowledge. Okay. Well.
So he kind of failed. There are many different topics.
Hey, it's my turn.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
There are many different topics I will be covering. If you place your cursor over research topics at the top of the page, a drop-down menu will take you to whatever topic you would like to look at.
In case you've never used a website before, and somehow the first one you saw when you opened your new computer and opened the internet was this one.
Okay, so can we actually take a look at his diplomas that he's showing here?
Sure.
And you click them.
No. Well, yeah, but nothing happens if I do.
Right-click them and open a new page.
I know. I'm not that stupid.
Okay, well...
Evergreen State College, in recognition of completion of the course of study approved by the faculty. Joshua blah 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 is awarded the degree in Bachelor of Arts with all its honors, privileges, and obligations conferred blah 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 blah.
On the 7th day, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's how
why are they writing their...
Because they're American.
This is super weird. I've never seen that.
Yep. They apparently we can't just write a date.
Okay, so let's just assume that all his degrees are legitimate, okay? I think that's just the honestest, most honest thing.
Full Sail
University is a private university.
Oh, I was supposed to say
it's a privately ran for-profit university. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is it a legitimate private university like Heidelberg, or is it a fucked up university like I don't know, Bob Jones University?
Honestly, I didn't really look too much into it. Here, we'll look it up again.
Is it actually just a YouTube channel like PragerU?
No, it's got a campus.
Well,
yeah,
at least
remember that Patriot
It's
University,
a
where
school that's
Hogan got his degree, has got a campus too.
Well, it's a on their website they claim to be a school that mostly focuses on degrees in entertainment, media, arts, and technology.
Okay, so let's assume it's legitimate.
Okay. Well, at least here they actually like approved it a little bit, and decided not to write the year out.
Okay, it has accreditation. Like it is accredited,
Okay.
which means it's acknowledged in the United States as a real,
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and click the flyer?
institution of higher learning.
I want to see that flyer.
Or can you?
Oh, fuck's sake.
I see a few lanes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's see. Satellites are just right in the middle. Satellites are fake by Chisholm. Atmospheric magnification by Skiba.
200 proof by Eric DePay.
A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth by ODK Reality.
And Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, wonderful. Gotta love Mark
Who's the
Sargent.
next person he's quoting? Mr. TNS. Top. Okay, should we debunk those?
Well, let's start from the top. NASA lies. But where do they lie? On a bench? In a bed?
Probably in the grave.
Well, you can't really lie down in space. There's no down.
That's true.
NASA. Oh, I can highlight. Should I zoom in a bit?
No, it's fine.
All right, I will in a bit. I somehow got my spit down the wrong tube, so that's great. NASA trains its astronauts in a pool.
Astronauts.
Astronaut.
Astronauts. It sounds like he's typing out an accent.
Astronauts.
It's the
Yeah.
astronauts.
Yeah, that's always a good indication that you have a fucking typo in your flyer in the first fucking sentence.
In a pool. Coincidentally, in many NASA spacewalks, bubbles are visible moving through space.
Stop. Okay.
Drain the pool, NASA.
Didn't this guy say that he would always cite his sources?
Well, no. He actually said, on this page, I will do my best to cite all my sources.
So if I were a like somebody correcting a thesis or whatever, this is where I make a little comment.
If you got a thesis,
reference required.
If you got a thesis that looked like this, you wouldn't even read it.
No. If somebody handed me a thesis like this person would be shot on the spot.
That's too mild a punishment.
Okay, it's surprisingly quiet in here now.
Okay, so let's just the things you actually see floating around are bits of ice. They're not bubbles.
Yeah, but they're bubbles because he said so. Come on,
fucking
man. The astronauts are up there, bro. Fucking bubbles, dude. NASA has been caught time and time again faking space.
Yeah, citation needed.
Yeah. Stop motion animation. What?
No, stop moding animation.
Oh.
They're using stop moding.
Stop moding animation.
That's a new type of animation.
Stop building fucking
That's the best
modes.
kind of.
We don't need all of these defensive water structures.
All right, to blue/green screen, to bad Photoshop, to countless CGI planets and images.
Okay, yeah, again, citation needed.
Oh, look. Apparently
Oh,
he's confused by the fact that the Earth looks the same sometimes. Guess what? The Earth looks like the Earth. Like, what a surprise.
Oh my God! These two pictures of the Earth are the exact same because they're the same picture.
Okay. The picture on the right. If this is indeed a blue screen, why the fuck is there this grid on it?
Yeah, that's because it's not. It's because that thing is too like it's like exactly 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. No, sorry, 1 foot by 1 foot.
Okay, NASA's budget 52 million a day, and all we get is CGI and not one real photograph. Yeah, well, again, citation needed.
Well,
How do you determine? So yeah, this is a PDF, by the way. How do you determine that those 3 pictures shown there are actually CGI?
Well, also, that's like, I mean, to generate, that's actually not an unfair budget to generate. Like, if you were to say that NASA needs to like fake everything, that's actually a very fair budget, considering how many people they have to pay off and how much like extra work that would go into creating this fake illusion and keeping consistent. And like that's not all. Like, if you want to say all we get, no, that's actually quite impressive.
Okay, I just checked. It's $19 billion per year. That's actually nothing.
Well, yeah,
just compare that to the U.S. military budget.
Compare that to any other budget in like of a major thing, major agencies or organizations
even
within
private things. Like, how much money did Bill Gates donate to AIDS research in the last decade?
A lot.
Yeah, and if he hadn't done so, perhaps Windows Vista would have been a little bit better.
Well, maybe he did it so he can cure Windows Vista's AIDS.
Maybe.
I mean,
So I'm not the only one that liked Windows Vista.
I liked how
Vista. I'm thinking, never mind. No, Vista.
I liked how it looked, but not how it functioned.
Yeah, the looks were okay. Obviously, Windows 7 was better in every fucking regard possible.
And still look the same, so...
No, they don't.
Kind of. It's the same overall like style.
Well, they both use the arrow theme, but that's pretty much all they have in common.
That's what I mean.
This is close in terms of the kernel to XP than it is.
Yes, but I was talking about looks.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Yeah, because looks is all that fucking matters to you, you swine.
No.
Yes, he is shallow in that.
NASA is really bad at faking it. All we have to do is be willing to investigate and admit we could have been conned. So what you're saying is that despite them being really bad at faking it, they still conned you.
That just means that you're fucking stupid, doesn't it? Ding.
No, that's not what you think for.
That just means that you're a fucking idiot. Ding.
Thank you. Brian Cox, nobody in human history, as far as I know, has thought the world was flat. That's almost certainly taken out of context.
Wait a second. Is that the same Brian Cox?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, Brian Cox, a physicist from England.
Ah, the physicist. I was thinking about the actor.
No, Brian Cox is a physicist from, like a popular science guy from the UK.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has a podcast with a comedian. He's written many books.
Okay,
He's
so let's see. Hebrew, Norse, Hindu, Mayan, Inca, Navajo, Egyptian. Are you saying that religious people get some fact wrong about reality? Well,
except every single culture and religion prior to NASA. Well, no, not prior to NASA. Like, we knew the Earth was round way before NASA existed.
Yep.
Way before. Like,
and is NASA a picture of,
wasn't it?
Well, if you're going to go by their pictures and the thing they're saying, NASA knew before NASA.
Well, yeah. Oh, look, he is citing his sources.
Are they peer-reviewed in a scientific journal?
Not in a science journal, but we have reviewed a lot of them.
This is indeed correct, and we've rejected them to be reworked and corrected.
Not
Shit.
we do not recommend publishing. Wow, I just realized, to all these people, we are reviewer number 2. Check out these flat Earth films and content providers on YouTube. There are many, many more, and they're all idiots.
Yeah, wait, stop. Is he citing himself there?
Well, I guess the idea is that he wants people to print out this thing.
But who would do that? Anyway, so again,
I mean, it might be like, if you want to know if your printer works.
So again, A Stranger's Guide to ODD Reality, Eric Dubay, Sergeant Chisholm, and his keyboard.
Yep.
And their websites.
Yep.
Flyer designed by Joe. Is this how you write flyer? Is that correct? Looks kind of odd. Should there be a Y there?
No, you don't have a Y when you have an ER on.
Okay.
It turns into an I. That's normal English.
Yes, as I said, I only had B minuses in English, so.
See, I love how Micro just said it's normal English as if it was a slight stab to you.
Did you know Earth is flat? This is CGI.
Look at that top quality graphic design where the white background of the arrow. That's some good graphic design you got there.
There's also some nice. Do you see those slightly darker pixels that are outside the rim of the drawing? This is some nice JPEG compression, I guess. Either JPEG compression or just some fuckery regarding correctly deleting all the pixels that are around.
No, it's because it's CGI.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Get the real
to school
science
for this, okay?
Get the real science behind the truth. jmtruth.com. Or you could join you could join Nathan Thompson.
With Nathan Thompson.
Okay, question.
Other flat.
Okay, so question. So this guy thinks there's a worldwide conspiracy going on that somehow tries to hide the fact that the Earth is flat. Yet, they are allowed to publish to run a discussion site on the biggest social media platform, which has 130,000 fucking members, and this isn't shut down by those people in power?
Apparently not. Top 10 flat Earth proofs coming straight to you from BuzzFeed. Actually, that's an insult to BuzzFeed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, at least give BuzzFeed
number 1.
Wait, I think it's my time to read.
Yeah, but you have to read out it's a top 10 video on YouTube.
Water is a natural level. No curvature is ever detected over bodies of water. All liquids, when undisturbed, are flawlessly flat. False. Check out Soundly's footage, for example, from
that's not true. Surface tension is a thing. So
yeah, okay.
Even if we say the Earth is flat, that sentence is still incorrect.
And by the way, check out Sly's upcoming experiment.
Yeah. And by Sly, you mean Slice by Kane.
I mean Slice by Kane. That's correct.
Just in case people don't know, look him up. He's
all those 10 people watching, one of which is me, would not know who Slice by Kane is.
Well, you might not. Number 2.
Fight.
Number 2.
Yeah, go on.
Airplane level flights. The FAA assumes flat Earth when training the pilots using the target generation facility An airplane traveling 500 miles per hour would have to compensate for a drop of 2,777 feet every minute to maintain cruising altitude and not fly space off into space.
Okay, apart from the obvious fuckery going on in his logic, I just want to point out that extra fucking point in the middle of the sentence and the double space after the word fly.
Also, yeah.
That's why I said fly space off.
No, you should just have said not to fly off into space. So, for those, do we really need to explain that, like, planes are affected by gravity too and will follow the curvature of the Earth?
I just explained for the stupid people. Let's just assume that the plane rose a little bit. The lift generated by the wings is going to decrease because the actual air pressure is going down.
Well, and the thrust of the engine as well.
Yes, and the thrust of the engines is going down as well. So what will happen is that the airplane will actually sink a little bit in the atmosphere again. And obviously this process of a little bit of rising, a little bit of falling happens pretty much simultaneously. So there's an equilibrium altitude at which the airplane will be stable and just naturally follow the curve of the planet.
Yep. Number 3. Science says it's stationary. Every science experiment has proven Earth is completely stationary. The sun, moon, and stars move around the polar center above us. So I want to know, first of all, moon and sun should be capitalized since the names.
Not necessarily.
They should. They're proper nouns.
Yeah, they are proper nouns, so they shouldn't be capitalized because this is English, where nouns are not capitalized.
Yeah, proper nouns are. Like proper nouns, and that means names.
Well, yeah, names are, but
the sun and moon are names. Anyways, fuck that. No. Okay. Completely stationary relative to what?
Well, I think he's
relative to
God's asshole. Like, is that maybe that's
relative to your mom? Dude.
Is that what a black hole is?
I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Research. North Star.
Okay, yeah. What?
Aries failure. No. Sorry. Aries failure.
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 Velour sounds like some weird fucking expensive French cloth that you can buy.
No, a velour is a French ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Mickelson Morley. Sarnak is okay, so he's just like doing like flat Earth greatest hits.
More like flat Earth greatest shits.
Oh!
If you love flat Earth, you love these hits.
Okay, number 4. Horizon is always eye level. Not only is the horizon always flat, but it rises to eye level. High altitude amateur balloon footage without the fisheye or GoPro lens always shows a flat Earth. What the fuck is GoPro lens?
I like how GoPro lenses are somehow special.
Okay, high altitude. Should altitude be not a capital?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, to just come to the point of it, and no, they fucking don't. Check out Rhetoric&Discourse's old video where he uses a theodolite app on an airplane and shows that the horizon is actually 3 degrees lower than your eye level.
Also, eye level is a weird ass it always rises to eye level. If that was true, then it would have to be a consequence of how your eyes work, like how the light is bent. That's the only other explanation would be that the horizon somehow changes depending on how high your head is, which would mean that if you look up, the horizon should follow with you.
Remember,
that would have to be a natural consequence of the horizon always rising to eye level.
Well, what he's saying, let's just define eye level in this context. Eye level is 90 degrees towards, in regards to the direction which is down.
Well, yeah, but in order for it to rise to eye level, it has it has to be something to do with your eyes or with your horizon. So either your either the light the light that something happens to the light as it goes towards your eyes. But if it's a consequence of that, then looking up, it would have to rise with it.
Okay, yeah, you're right, kind of.
Like there are ways to get around that, but they require other stupid explanations. Number 5, we see too far. Well, if you see too far, punch yourself in the head. Actually, just do that anyways. We don't need you. Go ahead, Smiley.
This footage of the Ekrans Mountains taken in January. Okay, I thought he was going to do an actual. Okay. Taken in January of 2015 holds the current world record long distance landscape photography. 275 miles or 443 kilometers. This should be 9.54777. He loves that 777 apparently.
Yeah.
Miles below the horizon or 5,412 feet.
Right.
Down the other side of the ball.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. What is supposed to be?
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Okay, so let's just ignore all the typos in there. Like the fact that current world record long distance landscape and photography and miles are all capitalized. And for some reason, miles is written out and kilometers isn't. And then miles isn't capitalized.
And there should be
in the next sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, just plug in the numbers into a fucking Earth curve calculator. If you count in refraction, it works just fine.
Also, this looks like it's probably taken from fairly high up.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 or so kilometers high mountain that this is taken from.
Well, no, that's the mountain in the background.
I think the one that this guy's standing on is approximately the same size, but I would have to look it up again.
Yeah. Well, the point is that probably is that's probably actually completely explainable. You're just an idiot. Oh God. You want to take this, Geo?
Give me a second, just googling this shit.
I really think.
No, yeah, okay. The dome is real.
No, you have to say number 6.
Number 6. The dome is real. There are lots of proofs we live under a dome. Sundogs, halos, rainbows, and star trails all prove this. You cannot have a vacuum resting. Vacuum. And resting next to a pressurized atmosphere without a sealed container or barrier. Even NASA admits they can no longer have low Earth orbit, but they could in 1969. Okay, what the fuck do sundogs, halos, and rainbows have?
Well, I'm guessing he thinks that
Yeah, but those are all explained phenomena. We know why rainbows are a fucking thing. It's because of light refracting inside of a fucking water droplet.
The hint is in the name. It has to do with rain.
And pretty much the same happens for sundogs and halos. They're just reflections of sunlight within ice crystals. Which do this in a certain geometrical way because ice crystals have a certain refractive index and a certain geometry.
Yeah, but maybe he thinks that rain and ice crystals and stuff in the atmosphere is actually water from outside the dome that has fallen through cracks. Maybe he thinks it rains because the dome breaks.
So NASA admits
no. Hold on. Star trails. Star trails is something you see when you take long exposure photographies.
Yeah. What?
the result of the motion. They have nothing to do with I'm not even sure what he's going for with that.
Okay. Vacuum resting next to a pressurized atmosphere. Does this guy never drive down a mountain road or something? Does he never feel his ears fucking popping when the outside pressure around you changes? Because last time I checked, there wasn't really a barrier between like the top of high mountains and sea level. Oh yeah. Do you have sound?
No.
Okay, I'll emulate it. Gravity, you fucking retard. Gravity. Have you ever heard of gravity? Gravity. I know I suck at this.
You're welcome.
Okay. Low Earth orbit. Again.
We have things in low Earth orbit right fucking now.
Yeah, first of all, NASA admits they cannot go, or they can no longer leave low Earth orbit. That means that there's nothing in, let's see, geostationary orbit.
No.
There's nothing in geostationary transfer orbits. There's nothing in the orbits of the GPS satellites, for example, which
there's nothing.
Orbit period.
We don't. Several spacecraft sent up after that year that are currently leaving the solar system.
I think what this guy is trying to say is that NASA currently doesn't have the rocketry that can take humans higher than low Earth orbit.
Well, yeah, they kind of do have that. They could do that.
They could do that, but they just don't. The space shuttle there was no reason to do so. And
no, not this shit.
Oh no! Oh, for fuck's sake!
Number 7.
Wait a second. Micro, go back, please, because somebody in the side just pointed something out.
Oh.
Let's see. No, just go back. That's coming up later.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go back.
Yeah, just go back to 7. Continue.
Moonlight is cold.
Almost like back to back.
A laser thermometer proves moonlight is colder than a
Then
shadow.
Fucking then. That's the wrong then.
Yeah.
Oh, it totally is. He needs
This fact indicates that the moon is not a reflector of the sun's light, but rather a light source of it in and of itself. A light source that, if it cooled things down, you wouldn't be able to see because it wouldn't provide the energy necessary to cause the absence in your eyes to have a.
It wouldn't have the photons.
You would, yeah.
Excite the molecules in your eyes.
No, it's not. No, it's not exciting. It's actually like a change in isomer.
Yeah, that's what exciting is. One isomer is gonna be more energy.
Well, no, the energy is used to change it into another isomer. The actual activation is a result of the fact that you change the protein structure because the isomer takes up more space.
So you're just overcoming a reaction barrier then?
No. You're allowing a reaction, like you're changing it so that the reaction barrier is lower. That would be a way of saying it. You're not overcoming it. You're changing the tertiary structure of the opsin.
Okay.
So that it's a G-coupled protein receptor. So like you get I won't go into all of this. Okay, for anyone wanting to know more about this fucking stupid, wait until R&D gets to proof 132 and 133 in his series on debate. I made a video for that explaining exactly why this is fucking bullshit.
Oh, neat. Okay, I think is it my turn?
Yes.
No, wait. No, it's Smelly.
No, it's Smelly's, yeah.
Ah, yes. Number 8. Crepuscular
rays.
Yeah, again, there's a fucking typo in there. Usually it's Crepuscular. There's a C missing between S and O. There should be a C there, but there isn't.
Well, to be fair, does this... Oh, well, he's married. I was about to say, and has kids. I was about to say, does this guy look like someone who gets a lot of C?
Also, sun rays should not be capitalized.
Nah, I can accept that since it's a headline. It's just inconsistent.
The sun is smaller than the Earth and very close. We can Tracy.
Did he write? Okay, I'm starting to think he wrote this with predictive text. Like, this is autocorrect.
Tracy the angles raised back to the source above.
Tracy
clearly not.
Tracy the Angle was, of course, an anglerfish kept at the San Francisco Aquarium.
we can Tracy the Angle. For fuck's sake.
Tracy the Angle.
But if this was autocorrect, then Tracy should be capitalized. However, it isn't.
I know, but like, can we drop that and focus on the idea that Tracy the Angle is an anglerfish, like living in an aquarium, and who has a children's program where there's a theme song?
Oh. No, we can't. Fantasy is not allowed here, Micro.
Wait, hold the fuck on. If fantasy isn't allowed, then why the fuck are we reading this?
Good question.
Dude, Micro, have you forgotten we're dealing with the Germans?
Hey, do leave the Germans out of
there is no fun. There is no fun with the Germans.
Well, we tried to have fun once, but man, it didn't really end so well.
All the smiles must be taken from the children.
No, we just decided it's better not to have any more fun, just work.
Well, okay. Your problem was that you decided to try and have fun in another country.
Yeah. To debunk this, Micro, can you share me for a second?
Yoink.
Those Micro's gonna.
Okay, so are those fucking train tracks parallel?
I don't know what fucking train tracks are. Are the train tracks for fucking trains? And in which case, what are fucking trains? Is that how Thomas the Tank Engine was created?
I don't fucking know. Anyways, are they parallel? Last time I checked they were.
Yeah, they're parallel. They're just I'm gonna say a word here.
Nah, I think
I'm gonna say a word to start with P.
Perspective.
Well, actually, it was pair, but yeah, perspective is probably works better.
Okay, back to you, Michael.
Wait, I thought you was gonna say purple. They're perpendicular, you know? They're perpendicular.
The perpendicular doesn't
That's
mean
the word
that.
you were looking for.
Okay, it's my turn now. Scroll down, please.
I was being a contrarian, Micro.
Oh god, this is gonna be a stupid one, isn't it? Gravity is magic.
Gravity!
Okay, Newtonian and Einsteinian gravity. Okay.
Einsteinian.
First of all, two things. It would be Einsteinian because there's an E missing between T and I, and then it would be wrong because it's called Einsteinian.
Yeah, but Einsteinian is it means it's the elven country of Einstein.
Anyway, Einsteinian gravity are not even the same geometry.
Yeah, geometry.
Neither gravity. Wait a second. Neither.
This is getting worse and worse.
Neither. Well, obviously neither is written wrong. There's a typo in there. It should be EI, not
neither.
Yeah. Neither gravitational theory has ever been proven. Gravity is easily explained by density and buoyancy. Things rise and fall based on the density and the medium with which they are traveling. Would it be in which they are traveling through? Or through which they are traveling?
I don't know. I just know that if that was true, then aerogel would float.
So again,
aerogel should rise and disappear up into the sky.
I know. So here's a challenge to flat earthers. develop any model that explains like how things rise and fall on the surface of the planet without actually using a downwards acceleration that is applied to everything of 9.81 meters per square second.
No, but that's the buoyancy. You don't understand. That's the buoyancy.
Where's my suicide axe when I need it?
Wait. Why do you have a suicide axe? You're German. We all know you have a cyanide pill.
I don't. It's
Yeah, because you
small.
already used it. I need more beer for this.
More beer.
Okay, in the meantime, I'll just read number 10. Number 10. Boats over the curve. It is a common misconception that boats disappear out of sight because of the curve of the Earth. High-powered cameras like the Nikon P900.
Yes, we have it.
Wait, first of all, Nikon is also written wrong. There's only supposed to be one fucking K in there. Have created a real problem for the curve. Us zoom in.
So, so during this Easter, which was part of the reason why there wasn't taking a look at last week, even though it was supposed to be, like, schedule-wise.
You mean 2 weeks ago?
Was that 2 weeks ago?
I think 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Did 2 weeks ago.
Anyways, vacation to a small island off the town that I was originally born in. They have a brewery, so I got a load of like nice beers from there. One of them is a New England IPA that they decided to name Mango Mussolini, and it has a picture of Trump on it. It's fucking glorious.
That's an insult to Mussolini. Well,
and mangoes.
Yeah, mangoes are good. They're so good.
Oh, this is delicious.
Okay, let's just address point 10 for a second. Just check out the Red's channel, I think. Oh, actually, check out Ranty's channel. Because he actually has awesome footage of offshore wind farms off the coast of Western England, which actually shows the rotors apparently dip into the surface of the water. So I haven't actually.
That's how wave power works.
I actually haven't seen any wind turbines that are able to actually survive that, because the tip of the turbine blade actually spins with a considerable portion of the speed of sound.
It would be like hitting concrete.
Yeah, it's like 400 kilometers per hour or something.
If the rotor actually hit the surface of the water, it would just like splinter.
Have you ever seen a wind turbine blade rip apart?
Yes.
It's glorious, isn't it?
Yeah, because like they're made to hold up under the type of stress they experience when they rotate. They're not made to hold up to a lot of other stress, because they have to be really light, because that's where you get like speed on them. So once something goes wrong, the forces just rip them apart.
Yep.
They just tear themselves apart. It's very glorious. So
there's nothing to break the surface.
I want to see scientific method.
Well, okay. I have one thing we need to get to on the flat Earth facts one. Actually, before we do this, I'm disappointed. We might have to come back to this website once this site, biochemistry, is no longer under construction.
Oh.
Because I want to know, like, H2O distilled water is best. I'm not sure why he felt the need to bite both water and H2O. Bioavailable protein versus secondary protein, which I don't know what he means by. And alkalizing your body, which it already is. You would be dead if it wasn't. So we might have to come back. Yes, let's go to the scientific method. We've debunked some flat Earth nonsense.
Okay, so stop. Before we start, did he learn his understanding of the scientific method by quantum eraser?
I hope not. Well, apparently Wikipedia. I find it funny because the link here that I'm currently hovering over, that's the Wikipedia page. So is Wikipedia an all-right source for him when it agrees with him? Because I'm pretty sure Wikipedia says that the Earth is round.
Yeah. Does this count as cherry picking?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I love the headlines here. Scientific method.
Oh yeah, double head. Scientific. It's like a soul song. Scientific method.
Scientific method. That graphic design degree is really shining through.
Okay, I'll just start reading. Let's just ignore what you have selected right now and go to the next one because that's just definition.
Yeah.
Scientific method is an empirical method of knowledge acquisition. Hey, so far he's correct. Which has characterized the development of natural science since at least the 17th century, involving careful observation, which includes rigorous skepticism about what one observes. Given that cognitive assumptions about how the world works influence how one interprets a percept, formulating hypotheses via induction based on such observations, experimental testing and the measurement of deductions drawn from the hypotheses, and refinement or elimination of the hypotheses based on the experimental findings. These are principles of the scientific method as opposed to the definitive series of steps applicable to all scientific enterprises. So he's correct there.
Okay, two things. First of all, is this written by the same person who wrote the fucking mess we just read?
Wait, just copy the entire text and put it into Google.
Yeah, I was about to say because
obviously excluding the sources in the end, because this sounds like it's copy pasted from.
Yeah, because I refuse to believe that the same person who couldn't spell geometry wrote this. Oh look!
Oh look, it's a copy from Wikipedia. Awesome. And it also has the 3 fucking sources in the end. Is the entire thing a copy? Wait a second, Micro.
Yeah, that's what it's
Micro, can you use this Windows feature to actually put the text of Wikipedia on one side of the screen and JM's website on the other side of the screen?
Possibly.
Yeah, just grab the entire thing or press Windows and arrow key to the right to actually put it on one side.
Yes.
Windows plus arrow key. Okay.
Can you see both of them?
No, I can only see one. You have to share your entire screen.
Oh, great.
Obviously, you have to close all your pawn tabs that you have open.
Oh no, I might dox myself.
Alternatively, send me the links. I'll just do it.
No, it's fine. I'm just joking.
Alternatively, dox yourself. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that.
Well, we all know Micro's name anyway. It's Dingleberry. It's Dingleberry Hand Pump.
Oh my god, he uses Spotify.
Why wouldn't I?
Let's see. Spotify, Paint.net, Audacity. No idea what the next one is.
That would be Game Maker Studio 2.
Okay. Then this
Lightworks.
Lightworks, exactly.
Krita, which is the painting.
Then Word, Windows Explorer, and Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, so far those 2 pages look pretty much identical.
They are. Through diverse model society. Through diverse model society.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There's a reason why it's so correct. There's a reason. Yes. Oh, hold on. I don't know if you can see it, but if I hover over the citations, then if I hover over the citations on him, they link not to the actual citations, but to the Wikipedia page. Like if I click here, it takes me to the actual citation on Wikipedia. He can't read the link at all. There we go. So, I don't really feel like reading the Wikipedia page on the scientific method.
No. Ah.
It's like I'm gonna hazard a guess and say the whole thing is copied from the site.
This is just sad. when you copy paste fucking Wikipedia. I mean, not that Wikipedia is bad, right?
No,
the self-correction mechanism that it offers is actually not bad at all.
And like I'm pretty sure this, like the page on the scientific method, is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, obviously, because there's a competent people writing it.
Yeah, and it's not some obscure topic. Like it's.
Did you know that there's a Wikipedia site about George Bush's Wikipedia site?
No, but that's fucking hilarious.
Yep. That's one of those cases where Wikipedia just goes rogue.
Did you know that on the site, the Wikipedia page for cow tipping, in the talk section, they had a several 1,000 entry long, over the course of several months, discussion on whether or not the cow in the picture was asleep. I'm not kidding. Something maybe I'm misremembering, but exactly what the discussion was about, I just know it was about a picture of a cow, and then it was replaced by another picture at some point, and the same discussion happened again.
Ah, the internet. I'm just very glad to actually live in this century.
This is the best time to be alive. Well, I guess we should go to
Flat Earth facts sounds like fun, and I think we'll follow that up with gravity.
Well, if we will get that far, I don't think we will.
Well, we can still continue another time, right?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on this page, and hopefully when the biochemistry thing shows up, just because me and Geo, well, not probably mostly me.
Yeah, probably mostly you. I mean,
considering that the topics he put up aren't really biochemistry, they're biology. They're not really that chemistry related.
Oh,
Than, I mean, they involve chemistry, but they're not biochemistry as biochemistry is about the reactions of biological systems. It's about how enzymes, for example, work. That's not really what he's discussing.
Okay, I'll just start reading because fuck this. Flat Earth facts. First, let me say no flat earther believes that what is said on the Flat Earth Society website. Real flat earthers know the Earth is not traveling up to compensate for gravity.
That's bullshit.
In fact, most flat earthers don't believe in gravity either, but we will get to that.
Why?
That's just a big no real Scotsman fallacy right there.
Yep. Also, why is gravity capitalized?
Also, why is no capitalized? Also, why is flat earther capitalized?
Well, flat earthers I can at least accept because it's kind of like a title.
Yeah, I mean, I get why Flat Earth Society is capitalized.
Yeah.
But Flat Earther itself shouldn't be.
Well, should the earther part be capitalized?
No idea.
See, I really wish we had R&D in here.
Smelly, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Oh, fucking great. In 2013, I ran across the ever so awesome and super duper smart Eric Dubay on YouTube, and he was talking about how the Earth was flat. Of course he was.
What the fuck is
He had a
flat
video
capitalized?
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt here. I just got a message from Awkward Pastor saying, as a graphic design major, I formally kick him out of the group.
Okay. Thank
yeah,
you.
I saw that.
You're doing humanity a very good service, my dear friend.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, it's okay. 200 proofs. The Earth is flat, guys.
It's so flat. Almost as flat as Eric the Bass Mom. Hey!
So I didn't watch it at the time, but after laughing my ass off at the idea and picking myself up off the ground, I now know I was suffering from something called cognitive dissonance.
That's
Womp,
not
womp,
that's
womp.
not what cognitive dissonance is. Cognitive dissonance refers to the
Believing in two contradictory ideas at the same time, right?
No, that's not. Cognitive dissonance is not believing in two contradictory ideas at the same time. Cognitive dissonance is the stress caused by having to reconcile those two things. It specifically refers to it specifically refers to the discomfort, not the idea itself.
I have a hypothesis. Flat earthers are actually incapable of cognitive dissonance because, as you say, it's the discomfort that is caused by actually understanding that you believe in two contradictory things.
Yes,
now, flat earthers are too fucking stupid to understand that they believe in contradictory things. Therefore, they cannot have cognitive dissonance.
I mean, yeah.
I can't argue with that.
No, that's a very, very good point.
Honestly.
I mean, come on. Earth isn't flat.
I agree.
We went to the moon.
Well, stop, wait a second. You were both a little bit of speechless right now. Is it possible that your words were sucked out of your mouth by the magnetism of my genius?
No.
Look, I'll say yes. I'll feed your ego. Why not?
No,
I love you, Gio.
I'll feed your ego. We all know that genius doesn't being a genius doesn't imply some kind of word magnetism. Why did you suggest that means you're not a genius?
Okay, I like the fact that neither of you got the joke that I was quoting Jeremy Clarkson there, but whatever.
No, I generally don't quote racist assholes.
Oh,
Are you sure?
I didn't
quote
him. What the fuck is there a fly in here? Go away. Shush. Go away. Fuck off from my face. Sorry, I'm having a battle with a fly. Read on. I'll mute myself and try to battle it.
Where were we?
I
think after cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. From here. Oh, now it fucked off. Good. Smelly? It's still your turn.
He's muted himself.
Oh, I'll read them. I mean, come on! The Earth isn't flat. We went to the moon.
Here we go. Hey.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was I accidentally muted myself and didn't realize.
Oh.
That's on me. I mean, come on. I'll read it like you were. Fuck it. I mean, come on. The Earth isn't flat. We went to the moon. I watched the Space Shuttle Challenger blow up in 1986. I cried in the 5th grade class. What about the Space Shuttle Columbia? We have thousands of satellites in space. Something like 8 to 10,000 is what NASA claims.
Wait, stop.
Wait,
is it saying 8,000 to 10,000? Or is
no,
it
he means
8 to 10,000?
8,000 to 10,000. That is a valid way of writing it.
Okay,
I'll accept that.
It just looks weird.
Yeah. Surely they couldn't have lied about something so huge. I have watched the space shuttle go into space, haven't I? I've watched the astronauts. Hey, you spelled it right. Congratulations. Do spacewalks, or have I?
Dum, dum, dum. Oh, look, he actually.
And then he
literally
yeah.
gives the definition, which contradicts what he just said. Like, laughing your ass off at something stupid is not discomfort.
No, it's a self-protection mechanism of the brain that.
Yeah, but it's not. That's a
losing
what,
your
like if anything, that's a way of dealing with cognitive dissonance. It is what he's describing up. What he's describing up here is not cognitive dissonance in itself. Oh, now he at least like cites Wikipedia, so we don't have to read that.
Okay, this is your text, Micro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a good place to end. Fuck it, let's just end here. Just after graduating my master's, there's supposed to be an apostrophe.
That's actually fine. Masters can be written this way.
That's stupid. It's not multiple masters. It's the like a degree of a master's.
Yeah, I know, but I've written or I've seen it written this way in various actually credits.
That's fucking stupid.
I agree, but it's still valid. So,
Well, in December 2015, I ran across Eric's video again. Then I ran into another flat earther, and then another. And I thought I was in some kind of whacked out funhouse. But this time, I decided I was going to make this Eric Dubay look like an idiot and tear apart his work in a video. Oh, I had also just been reading and studying Hebrew and had run across the verse in Job. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. In the verse in Job, talking about a flat earth and how I'm not sure why Yahweh is in quotation marks.
Yeah, that's easy. Well, quotation marks, that's a good question, but it's usually capitalized this way.
No, I know it's capitalized because that's how like you spell it out in Hebrew.
Is it Yahweh or is it Jehovah? But whatever.
Well, Yahweh, Jehovah, like
Let's just say sky.
Depending on what vowels you put in, which in Hebrew, like written Hebrew, doesn't have vowels. It's only consonant. You have to you infer the vowels.
I know.
Yep, I know. You know.
Let's just call him Skywalker then. Is that fine?
Had created a canopy like a tent over us. I couldn't believe what I read. I read it several times. Wait, you never read you never read it before? Like you weren't aware that that's
Apparently not.
Okay. Maybe I'm just damaged from like being on certain parts of YouTube.
Okay, my turn.
Yep.
I immediately, with much skepticism, watched Eric Dubay's 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball. This is also a PDF book that can be downloaded on the right-hand side of this page. All of a sudden, every proof made perfect sense. It was like the creator. It was like the creator had flipped the switch of my understanding in my head. Before I share my videos, take a few moments to get yourself a cup of coffee or tea and enjoy this video. Actually, I'm gonna get a glass of milk. Give me a second.
I'm gonna get some black tar heroin.
And I'm gonna get.
You cut out.
No, I didn't. I just stopped talking.
Oh, okay.
No, there's nothing better than a glass of milk after adding about half a liter of vodka.
Have you ever had a blowjob?
No comment.
That's a no.
Oh.
Poor Jill. No.
Should we play the Charlie Brown music?
Note. Circle of Earth investigation. Not sure why it says note. Daniel Vallis. That's a good name. I like that. Even if he's an idiot, Daniel Vallis is a good name.
That sounds like a poor footballer name, like somebody that plays for Inter Milan or something.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
right?
It's a cool name. Like, I like his name.
Wait, are you talking about proper football, or are you talking about whatever the Americans are playing?
Handig. Has
No.
multiple creator credits and had designed and illustrated the best document. The best document. It's the best document, guys. So good. I can't do a Trump impression. With easy to read and follow logic. He also does a fabulous job citing the sources and displaying the science behind the different points. I'm just glad this document was already accessible, and I didn't have to do it. Oh, good for you. Yeah, like, we're so proud. Like, yeah, you could have done it. You could have made this great document, but you didn't have to. Oh, thanks, Daniel.
You're the best.
I'm just imagining him, like, a picture of him, like giving a thumbs up and smiling, like with a text just written across it, like, thanks, Daniel. Please feel free to download this document from the right side of the screen. Oh, it's the right side of the screen. Oh, here was the thing. If you just said right side, I would have walked to the right side of my room and start looking for a link.
I didn't know I was on a website. Thanks.
Are you new to the internet and somehow stumbled across this page that has like less than 10,000 views? Something's wrong with you. A couple of points to consider on the ball Earth model. Earth should be capitalized.
Hey. Well, and also, couple means two. And there's four.
Yeah.
No, screw it. Fuck it. That's reaching. No, fuck you. He's already misspelled shit and got on everybody's nerves. This is a failure.
Okay, so this stupid point. Antarctica is allegedly not more than 12,000 miles around. However, Captain Cook and Captain James Clark Ross took 3 years and clocked 50 to 60,000 miles in circumference. There are plenty of points from this video, but I will let you discover these on your own. Actually, check out the fucking route that Ross and Cook took. It's not just around Antarctica. They are pretty much sailing north and south all the time because they were trying to visit all the different islands in the Pacific Ocean.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, just going around for them at the time they sailed, they made that journey. For them to just go around the Antarctica and then going back to where they came from wouldn't have made any sense. Like, there would be no point to that. They were on a journey, like, they were doing like exploration and like mapping all the small islands. There was
micro my screen.
Yeah, that's a little more than.
So, no, they were not taking a straight line around Antarctica.
So
check out the fucking blue line. Check out the fucking green line.
Well, hold on. I'm assuming they're referring to travel number 2, which is the green line.
Maybe.
I don't know, but like also like, I don't understand. They also sailing much like further north. So there's a couple, like, when it says that Antarctica is like 12,000 miles or whatever it fucking said around, it means at the like coast. It means at like if you drew us like a rough circle around Antarctica, but they're sailing way further. They're sailing quite a bit further north. So even if they travel in a perfect circle, it would still be more than 12,000 miles.
I mean, obviously, we can disregard the blue one as it's not a circumnavigation of entire Antarctica. The straightest one here appears obviously to be the red one. So wait a second. So
yeah, he doesn't make clear which journey he's referring to.
Oh, the red one. Second, third. Do you see any distances? Anyway, it's going to be more than 12,000 kilometers or miles.
Well, I also like the fact that he like said it took them 3 years. Holy shit, guys! It took them 3 years. Okay, they can't take breaks like while they travel.
Well,
Like-
they can take breaks, but that will only mean that they will take a longer time to complete the trip.
Well, but apparently, like the fact that it took 3 years is like a point for him.
Maybe.
Oh, Aries fail. Oh, he spelled failure correctly.
But he didn't wait. But he didn't spell airy correctly.
No! He can only spell one of them. Like he can't spell both words of that correct at the same time. So, blah blah blah. Proves we are not spinning a moving all. Geo, you want to take this because I'm not super familiar with Aries failure.
I'm not completely familiar with it either, but if I remember correctly, it's no, I'm actually not familiar with it to actually be able to discuss it.
I know. I've heard it like before. Is that the one that didn't like find the E for, or is that?
No, that was Mikkelsen Morley.
Fuck
Okay,
it.
it's basically it demonstrates the stars are moving, not the Earth. I'm trying to find something that gives us. Well, yeah, it's based. I think it's based around Michelson Morley.
Well, probably Airy assumed back then that the ether was still a thing.
Maybe I don't. Like all we know is that he like no matter what his point is, he's wrong because we have way more evidence that proves that he's we have way more evidence for the fact that he's incorrect, not proofs.
Oh, I love the next point.
The photo below of the reddish moon proves water does not curve. The reflection of the moon should not reach us due to the curve of the Earth blocking our view. It does not. It does prove water's level. So apparently, we're like, first of all, Gio, you want to take this because I know you've been looking forward to this one.
It's fucking photoshopped.
Yeah, that's the sun. When someone placed the moon over it. That's why you have such a nice reflection in the water and why you have fucking sunbeams coming off of it.
Also, it's why the illumination of the substance is the way it is.
Yeah. Also, I'm not sure the fuck he's on about with this. Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, let's just assume even if this photo was real, right?
You would still be able to see that that reflection. Like...
Also, something I just noticed is the moon fucking in front of the fucking clouds.
Yes, it is.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, Gio, that just proves that the moon is closer than NASA tells you.
How far would those clouds be away? Maybe like 20 kilometers?
More. 30.
Okay, let's say 30 to 50, whatever.
Yeah.
So the moon would be closer than 50 kilometers?
No, it's because we all have our own personal moon.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
In the picture on the right, you can...
Personal atmospheric dome.
In the picture on the right, can you... I'm reading this like it's a question like on a children's educational program. In the picture on the right, can you see any similarity between the IE map and the flag of the United Nations?
Yeah, apparently this guy doesn't get that you can draw maps from every with using every single point of the planet as the center point. They would just look fucking weird.
That's right, kids. There are similarities. So I wanted to finish that bit. Well, I say bit, it's 2 sentences, but what the fuck? Testing curvature. Someone take it away.
I think, Smelly, it's your turn.
We are told by NASA. Wait, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was making sure because I started reading.
Well, then go on.
We were told by NASA they had proved the Earth was round. We have been taught in school that curvature can be measured. Okay, fair enough. They even gave us trigonometry to test it. Did we? Apparently not. Now, many people are taking it upon themselves to test what we have been told.
Stop.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you think that those numbers are wrong, then go ahead and do the experiment yourself.
Also, I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that there are more than likely are several thousand kids out there who, as part of their physics or possibly mathematics education, actually did those tests with the trigonometry as part of learning about trigonometry.
Maybe.
But no, like it's it's a fairly it would actually be a fairly fun and like good way of teaching that. Like doing some experiments with trigonometry to show that the Earth is in fact round. I mean, if I was a physics or math teacher, I would have that on my curriculum. Sorry. Geo, would you care to read about the scientific method? You know, that thing
God.
you obviously don't know nothing about because you're not a scientist.
Oh, God, that's going to be painful.
That's why I wanted you to read it.
Okay, scientific method is the means by which we test all things. By the way, didn't you define...
No. We don't test all things. We test scientific hypotheses with it.
Didn't you define the scientific method before?
What?
Yes, he did, but he says something funny in this.
Yeah, anyway,
off of the norm of what
scientific method is the means by which we test all things. It is the method of testing observable outcomes and theories.
Oh, not all things.
Oh, fuck's sake. Something cannot become a law until it passes the rigors of the scientific method. This is why gravity, despite them teaching it as a law, is not a law, but a theory. We will get to that. Can anyone tell me what this is? Okay.
I am the law.
So first of all, about laws and theories. Laws are, for example, mathematical equations that describe properties of reality. Theories are the overarching explanations which actually explain why those laws are a thing.
Yeah. So I just want to point out that laws are only really mathematical in physics and chemistry. They're not really mathematical in biology. We don't have a lot of them, but for example, we do have laws. What's it called? We have the idea that all life comes from other life. That's like the law of biogenesis. That's what it's called. That's a law in biology. We don't really have mathematical laws. Just law doesn't have to be mathematical. I just want to make that clear.
Okay. So let's see this. 8 inches by mile squared.
Oh yeah, that thing that isn't a thing. No, I don't. For fuck's sake, highlight on the. There we go. This is the mathematical equation to calculate the curvature of the Earth. No, it's not. We should be able to use this to demonstrate that there is curvature. I will use this in my film documentary experiment. Testing the curvature laser experiment.
Okay, so first of all, I really hate the fucking fact that they're doing this in imperial units.
Well,
because take a look at the fucking table. Inches, feet, and miles.
well, no. That's just to make it more. I mean, it is a laser experiment, so that's just to make it more interesting. Fuck you! You like that joke?
No, I did not.
I guess it's because he's trying to appeal to his audience. Think about it. He's probably thinking that most of his audience is going to be Americans anyway.
Well, yeah,
6 people in the audience, one of which is me.
You're not his intended demographic. Let's be real here.
Yeah. You're not the person he's trying to get to believe this shit.
So he does some laser shit, and when in reality, we all know, like, if you actually do these laser experiments and actually take like refraction into account, they show
my
exactly
God.
what to expect.
In the second line in that big experiment box. No, but
This
the
one?
one below. Yeah.
So this line or this line?
No, further up in the headline.
Oh, Pythagorean theorem
Theorem.
for curvature.
Theorem.
Well, okay, first of all, yeah, he spelled it incorrectly, but also the Pythagorean theorem has nothing to do with curvature.
First of all, he did not spell it incorrectly. He spelled it potato. Like, there are theorem. So there are actually two mistakes in there.
I think theorem is actually an actual word.
No.
It's from Mass Effect.
Yeah, so theorem. Theorem. Theorem.
But also, that's not what the Pythagorean theorem is about.
No,
it's nothing
yeah.
to do with curvature. It's about triangles. Specifically, right-angle triangles.
Spherical trigonometry of a sphere with whatever miles radius. Pythagorean theorem. For curvature for a ball with a radius of 3959 miles.
I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove.
Geometry.
Wait. What? I'm honestly not sure. Like, he doesn't explain this at all.
Yeah, I'm super confused. I've been looking at it for a while trying to figure out what he's trying to say.
This I feel like someone who has a degree in graphic design, like graphic design stuff, and in structural design would be able to create.
I mean, you can immediately see that this guy has no training in the sciences whatsoever.
I'm gonna hazard a guess.
Hey,
here.
do you have Excel?
Do you have a what?
He has an Excel file.
Do you have Microsoft Excel?
Yes, I do.
Because he put the equation right there.
I'm not even sure if
For the
that's
formula.
I'm not even sure if that's correct or not.
I don't know either. And by the way, I really suck at Excel.
Blah, blah, blah. The earth is flat. Here's a few videos I've recorded. We don't want to watch your fucking shit.
Other question sounds nice.
Let's start with this. Flat Earth, Part 2. The heliocentric dilemma. Another issue is the heliocentric dilemma. Since we cannot see through a solid object, this leaves questions.
Wait, stop.
Wait,
so
I'm
this thing doesn't think that glass is a thing?
Apparently not.
So glass is not a
that's
thing,
because-
plexiglass is not a thing.
That's because he thinks glass is a liquid.
Okay, ice is not a thing.
And it's a liquid too.
No.
Are you saying water is not a liquid?
I'm saying ice is not a liquid.
And what is ice? It's made of water. So ice is water. So ice is a liquid. Case closed.
Where's my shotgun?
Hey, look at the video next to it. He misspelled dilemma.
Oh my god. No.
Dilemma.
He actually misspelled it twice.
Yep. Dilemma.
Dilemma. I think it's supposed to rhyme with enema.
Dilemma is a little known, very small state in the United States that existed from 1845 to 1872.
No, that's Delaware.
Well, that still exists.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Delaware?
No.
Then how do you know it's real?
I have not.
But you haven't been there either, so you don't know if it's not real.
Hey, you're reversing the burden of proof. You're the one that claims that Delaware is a thing.
I mean, it is a thing. Everyone knows in their heart that Delaware is a real place.
Yeah, and if you die and you're a bad person, you'll end up in Delaware. Oh man, that's actually a real horse scenario.
How can we see the same constellations in our sky? Oh, I like that. He included leap years.
So he thinks that leap years work the other fucking way around?
I don't fucking know. A year while rotating around a nuclear fusion generator that is allegedly 109 times the size of the Earth. Is it?
Yeah, well, in terms of radius, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking volume.
Volume, obviously not.
Watch this video and find out why it's an impossibility, and proves that we cannot be moving as stated by NASA and other agencies.
Other questions? No, don't watch the video. It's just we wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
Okay, so this is my fucking favorite thing on this page.
Okay, I'm gonna read
Because
it.
it's fucking stupid.
Fire of any kind requires oxygen, even a nuclear fusion generator. If the sun is in a vacuum, does anyone else see the problem? Okay, so first of all, no.
I mean, I do see the problem.
Okay, first of all, no.
Yeah,
You can have fires using other oxidizing agents. For example, you can set a fucking brick on fire using fluorine gas.
You can.
Second of all, no nuclear fusion generator requires fucking oxygen.
Because it's not a fucking oxidation reaction.
Yeah. You can pretty much run a fusion reactor on theoretically on any fucking nucleus that's lighter than iron.
Well, no, you can run it on iron as well. It just requires an input of energy.
But then it wouldn't be a generator.
Okay. No, that depends on what happens afterwards.
Well, I actually have to correct myself. You would be able to run it on iron if you have the right iron isotopes.
Yeah.
So obviously there's one minimum energy which would be reached, and that's the dead point at this point. But no, you don't need oxygen. For example, the ITER reactor that is currently being built in France, in southern France, in
the European
International Thermoelectric Reactor or something, I don't know. ITER. That one's using tritium and helium.
Yep.
So yeah, no oxygen required.
And I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that the chamber inside it has probably been emptied of pretty much all air, because you kind of need to do that to make it run.
Yeah, you have to have a high vacuum in there. That's true.
Exactly. Also, yeah, you can make, as you pointed out, you can just because oxygen is the most common thing we experience as an oxidizing agent, in relation to fires, doesn't mean it's the only one.
For example, just take a look at any fucking rocket engine. Some of them, well, not all of them, but some of them actually use different oxidizers. For example, nitrous.
Also, I want to point out that the sun does in fact contain oxygen.
Yeah,
Small amounts, but it does actually have oxygen.
Obviously, it contains oxygen.
Well, yeah. But it's also hot enough that oxygen would not be able to permanently bind to it. So, using very, very far-fetched logic that seems to be perfectly alright for him, you could actually say that it's just the same few oxygen molecules constantly reacting with something. Ha! Case closed.
For fuck's sake.
Okay, honestly, is that not a better explanation than what he gave?
No, it's not.
Seriously? At least mine involves an actual oxidation reaction.
But you're forgetting that if you would form a plasma again from
I know all the problems with my fucking idea.
You would lose the energy you just set free again. So yeah, no. Your model is your explanation is as stupid as what he's saying.
if Earth is round, why has NASA claimed it's flat, stationary, and non-rotating that they never have? You read that correctly. Well, yeah, because you spelled all the words right. During my investigation of NASA and their video and photography fakery, see video JM Truth TV versus NASA's photo and video fakery.
Actually, he didn't spell all words correctly.
Oh.
Non-rotating in this case should be one word.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, no, it should be
Also, none is written wrong.
Okay, he spelled it mostly correctly. That's why I could read it correctly. I ran across a document in their archive because despite the fact that NASA gets millions to keep up this illusion, they don't go through the archives and pick out the things that could possibly expose the conspiracy. It's called NASA Publication 1207, Linear Aircraft Model. That's right, folks. It's a legitimate document which I retrieved from the NASA archive. On page 30, NASA makes an astonishing confession. You may download this document from the right side of the page and see for yourself. Here's the statement.
I'm gonna read it. Concluding remarks, this report derives and defines a set of linearized system matrices for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Both generalized and standardized linearized system equations are derived from non-linear 6 degrees of freedom equations of motion and a large collection of non-linear observations measurement equations. This derivation of a linear model is general and makes no assumptions to either the reference nominal trajectory about which the model is linearized or the symmetry of the vehicle mass and aerodynamic properties.
Oh,
What they are saying is, take a look at those fucking equations. They're a mile long. It makes no fucking sense to actually include the Coriolis forces, for example, which would be in play at this small distances, because it's literally negligible. You would just make you would just make the calculations themselves so much more complicated without actually changing the values in any significant way. So yeah, the forces at play that are caused by the fact that the Earth is rotating and spherical are just completely irrelevant because they would be so fucking small that there's no point including them.
Yeah, the reason why they're saying all of this is to point, like, that's what you do in these kinds of writings. You state the exact conditions that you're using, the exact scenario you're using to make it clear what you're doing. That doesn't mean that they think it's flat or non-rotating. It just means that in this case, this math that they've made, these equations they've made here and used are assuming these things because it doesn't matter. Like the same way when you do physics homeworks, you usually assume that there's no air resistance.
Yes, I was about to say the exact same thing. When you're doing physics homework, when you're dealing, for example, with very low speeds, the friction of the atmosphere actually plays no fucking role whatsoever.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, so you just leave it out because it would make the work much more complicated without actually being useful.
This isn't even cherry picking. This is like potato picking.
No. This is not cherry picking. What this is a demonstration that he doesn't understand how science actually works. That you're allowed to leave, even though some things are at play in a system, that they are so small of an effect that you can just ignore them because either using them or not using them will not give you vastly different results and will not influence your answer. It will just make you have to work more. And you guys know that besides this, we are fucking lazy. So if we see some part of an equation that is completely negligible, because even if we know that there's a little piece of force that it would be dragging that fucking billiard ball and that fucking homework a little bit back, we just leave it out because, again, it's just unnecessary work. And the same is at play here with the fucking Coriolis force that you would feel on the airplane.
Well, what the reason I'm saying is cherry picking is because like he doesn't understand it. So like so he takes this thing out of like that's kind of the same as taking it out of context.
Yeah, but then it would be argument from no. But this is I don't understand how science works, therefore
I'm right.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of it's a little bit of argument from ignorance, I guess.
Well, so we've come to an end. We might have to. I say we keep this website in mind and revisit it and like check. I will check on it and see at some point you will hopefully have the biochemistry section up and we will take a look at that. And we can do some of the other ones because this guy is fucking insane.
Ding.
So, on that note, this has been a very non-tangenty show. So that's cool.
Yeah, we actually read. We read this website. That's fucking weird.
We got to know this idiot. Thing. So
he's almost like a good old Uncle Remus, like a wise uncle, like a wise.
You have a strange definition of wise.
I said wise and moronic. I contradicted myself at the end. Micro.
Yeah. Well, that still means you have a weird definition of wise. Anyways, so you guys want to say goodbye to the nice people in the chat? For some reason, watch us.
Bye, guys.
Well, may I shamelessly plug my hangout tomorrow?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes.
So I got yet another set of televangelist letters. This time he wants me to blow something, and he actually sent me money.
Oh.
So yeah,
Whoa.
we're gonna go through them tomorrow at 19 UTC or so. Times to be changed. It depends on when R&D is finished with his longer and harder. So I'm just gonna do that So yeah, we're gonna take a look at those and make fun of them because this time they actually contain more innuendos than they usually do.
That's saying a lot.
That's true.
So,
I'm excited.
You were roboting out there.
I think he said he was excited.
Oh, it's a robot. Yes.
So yeah, look forward to that.
So that's the thing. Bye, everyone. See you hopefully in 2 weeks. We'll find out.